Hello and welcome to another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. In each episode, we take a look at a movie that is featured on Disney+. On this episode, we're taking a look at the true life story as we take a look at Hidden Figures. And if you are enjoying these episodes, I do ask that you please hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified with each new episode. Now, sit back and enjoy this episode of Disney Movie Investigation. So like I said, today we're covering Hidden Figures. This movie was released on December 10th, 2016. It was directed by Theodore Mephi. It is based on Hidden Figures, the American Dream, and the untold story of the Black woman who helped win the space race. The production companies were Fox 2000 Pictures, Sherman Entertainment, and Leviathan Films, and it was distributed by 20th Century Fox. The budget for this movie was $25 million, and it did a box office return of $236 million. But let's take a look at the production history. So in 2015, producer Donna Gialotti acquired the rights to the Margaret Lee Shellerty's book, Hidden Figures. Alison Schroeder, who would write the script, and she was also a former intern at NASA, so she was able to write about related experiences, incorporate them into the script. After the director Theodore Malley was hired to direct, he would rewrite Schroeder's script, focusing on balancing the home lives of the three leading ladies, as well as their experiences with NASA. Principal photography would begin on March of 2016, and it would take place on the campus of Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia. Other locations included the Lockheed Marine Aeronautics at the Dobbins Air Reserve and in downtown Canton, Georgia. Hans Zimmer and Benjamin Wellfish would compose the score, and mathematician Ruby L. Horn was the on-set mathematician expert, and she would help with some of the equations that the actors had to perform. In terms of the cast, we have Taharja B. Henson, who plays Catherine Globy Johnson, Ocatvia Spencer, who plays Dorothy Vaughan, Janelle Monray, who plays Mary Jackson, Kevin Costner, who plays Al Harrison, Kristen Dunst, who plays Vivian Mitchell, and Jim Parson, who plays Paul Stafford. So let's take a look at the plot. As the United States raced against Russia to put a man in space, NASA found untapped talent in a group of female African-American mathematicians that served as the brains behind one of the greatest operations in U.S. history. Based on the unbelievable true-life story of these three women known as the human computers, they follow these women as they quickly rose through the ranks of NASA alongside many of the greatest minds in history, specifically tasked with calculating the momentous launch of astronaut John Glenn into orbit and guaranteeing his safe return. Dorothy Vaughan, Mary Jackson, and Catherine Globy all crossed the gender race and professional lines with their brilliance and their desire to dream big beyond anything ever accomplished before by the human race, firmly cemented them in U.S. history and true American heroes. So in terms of the legacy of this movie came out, after the movie came out, several organizations and charities would organize charity screenings of the film because of the positive message of the film. A collaborative effort between the Western New York STEM, Girl Scouts of the United States of America, and more than 200 Buffalo public schools would allow over 200 students, Girl Scouts, and teachers to see the films at private screenings. In February of 2017, AMC and 20th Century Fox announced free screenings of the film to celebrate Black History Month in 14 select cities throughout the U.S. They would invite schools, community groups, and nonprofit organizations to apply for additional screenings in their town. In 2019, Disney would partner with the U.S. Department of State on the third annual Hidden No More Exchange Program, which would bring 50 women from around the world who have excelled in STEM careers to participate in a 3-week exchange program in the U.S. Also in 2017, LEGO announced to manufacture a Women of NASA figurine set of 5 female scientists, engineer, and astronauts, and would include real-life women featured in the film. The film was highly successful, and it would be nominated for 3 Academy Awards, including Best Screenplay, Best Picture, and Best Actress for Ocatvia Spencer. So would I recommend the film? I really enjoy this film. I like the story behind it. I like the real-life message. I like how this one also splits the story into 3 different storylines with the 3 different women. So you have the Ocatvia Spencer character, who is looking into learning more about computers and how to program it. You have the Catherine Golobi storyline, who's more kind of the mathematician, learning about the trajectory. And then you have the Mary Jackson character, who's having to go back to school in segregated schools and having to apply to be included. So, and that all 3 of them come together at the end. So I really like that. It's really engaging storytelling. Again, this is an inspirational story. I definitely recommend you check it out. It's definitely worth the watch. So 2 thumbs up in my opinion. So thank you so much for joining us here on another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. I would invite anyone to please leave a comment on what they thought of Hidden Figures. So as we look forward to our next episode, we're going to be going back in history as we take a look at a cinema classic when we take a look at The French Connection starring Gene Hackman. So until next time, I hope you have a magical day, and we will see you real soon.